So you probably landed here because you meant to hear this today, and maybe because you've been saying lots and lots of affirmations that's not really working or giving you that big change. And I'm here today to tell you why it's not working and the affirmations that truly work and can really make you change. Because if you're just saying these basic affirmations, I love myself, I am good enough, I am abundant, I am rich, and all these things, I deserve the good, I deserve. But are you truly feeling it? Are you truly vibing it? Are you truly feeling those words? Or is it just giving you more impatient? Is it just prolonging that manifestation, even if it's just self-love, self-confidence, or that physical manifestation into your life? Then I'm here to tell you what really works, what really changed my life, and what is actually also much more self-respectful, self-loving, and will create even more self-love by doing it, not by saying self-love affirmations, really also that, but how affirmations can also give you more respect, self-respect, and self-love. So let's get on with it. So first of all, I also need to say that this is especially for empaths and anxious minds and monkey minds, because trust me, I am one of them. I do have this. I can go to an anxious mode or depressive mode, but not so much anymore, because I have really found out what is working and what can get me out of that state very quickly. Because let me tell you this, that if you're an empath, if you also have a tendency to anxious mind and a rushing nervous system, let's call it that, we need to be able to learn that nervous system, like really deep, like why is it reacting this way and how we can catch it right here. And this can be done with affirmations, but it's really knowing ourselves in a deep level. We have a tendency, our brain automatically go to those negative thoughts. Not only negative thoughts, but it's kind of like taking care of ourselves, taking care of being 10 steps ahead. We have learned that because to protect ourselves from being in a situation again that we learned from our childhood. So we're kind of protecting ourselves, but is it really protecting ourselves anymore, right? So there is something that we are spending so much energy to avoid feeling again. Like this one emotion that you really, it can be several core beliefs, but this one emotion that you're going miles around not to feel again. And that is what's blocking your manifestation. And I speak more about that deeper, about how to be in the emotions, in other videos, but this today is mainly about the affirmations that's going deep right into that core, and how you can become, how you can turn to believe them, like truly not just believing them, but to becoming them, and to then get your manifestation into reality. So whether it's a physical manifestation or it's just more self-love, more self-trust, more self-respect, this is working all around these affirmations. And when you really hit that soft spot of that affirmation, like hit it right here in the core where it's mostly painful, the most painful, this is where we can heal it. This is where we can dissolve it and explode it and heal it. And this is our sweet spot. This is what I used to call, and I'm still calling it, our joy healing space. This is where the space becomes where we can vibrate just anything and call it in. Okay, so let's move on to it. So like I say, our brain is just wired to. This is how it is. You cannot change it. Well, you can change it during times, but this is just how your brain is wired, because what you have experienced and yada. We don't need to blame anybody. We don't need to spend more time victimizing ourselves of that, why I'm here, why I am like this and why I'm thinking like this. No, it's just basically not your fault. You just have the chance. This is what you have to work with, and you have the chance to change it. You have the chance to work with it and create with this. This is your magic wand. This is how you're going to create the life that you want, knowing this what you have to work with. This is what you have to work with. This is not something bad that happened to you. This is what you have to work with here in this life. And this is what can create that freaking awesome life. So what I normally do is every time I want to manifest something new, whether it's just more self-worth, whether it's a new job, whether it's my business, whether it's new love, whatever it is, I know that there's certain beliefs that I need to believe to get that. Right? You also know it if you're here. You know you need to have these beliefs to believe that you're worthy of it, that it is available to you. So what I do is I make a checklist. I need to believe these things to get that into my reality or to create that emotion more. So it can be basically, and you can create more emotion or you can manifest something physically into your life, right? So I write a list. It doesn't have to be 10, but write the beliefs that you want, that you need to believe to get this manifestation, right? And yes, you might not believe that they're true right now, but into it. So feel into every step. What are the arguments that I have right now to not, that I cannot have this, that I cannot believe this? What are the arguments? What are their disbeliefs? You can write them down to really look at them. And then you can create the affirmation that contradicts this emotion. But here is the thing. So if it's like, I'm not loving myself enough, I'm not thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not energetic enough, or I'm not physically trained enough. So the thing is, when you go and say, I'm energetic, right? Do you feel it? So you can add things to your affirmations, like every day I'm getting more and more. How does that feel different? Every day I believe more and more in myself. Every day I trust more and more in my decisions. My decisions are creating more and more momentum in my life. For example, that's the inner part. So about abundant, if you say I'm rich, do you feel rich right now? Sometimes truly, I feel so rich. I can just be at the moment like my family, my garden, my house. I'm so rich, right? And we can get in these states, but maybe you don't believe it every day, and it's okay. It's not stopping your manifestation, but here is where the self-respect part, the self-love part is coming in. Because this is where you say that every day I'm getting more and more. And I have plenty of these where I make this new meditation or this checklist, I call it, but it's a morning vibration where I'm saying more of them, where you can really hear how to create these so that you feel them. We're not only working about only believing them, but you need to feel them, you need to be them. And it takes some work sometimes, but you also need to switch this click in your brain that I need to do it perfectly. I need to feel it perfectly every time. I need to get into that vibration again that I did last time. No, last time was last time. Today is different day. Today is different energy. Today you can get into the vibration in a new way. You don't have to feel the same because you were a different version of yourself yesterday. And this is where we sometimes get stuck, that I need to feel the same vibration because it felt so amazing. So get rid of that belief that I need to feel the same way. And just today, how can I move these affirmations? So when I make this checklist, it's not every day that the affirmation is the same, because maybe I can feel that I have a disbelief here. So how can I change the affirmation to make it true? because in money, for example, it could, for me, it had also been not only about bringing the money in, but I found out it was also unsafe for me to have money, because then people wanted money from me. Or in relationship, when I was single for so many years, and in relationship, so it meant that because I loved my alone time so much, that I realized suddenly that I was blocking myself for having a relationship, because it meant I had to get rid of this freedom for myself. I had to get rid of this time for myself. I had to get rid of a part of myself. So look into what beliefs do I need to have, and what disbeliefs do I have here? What is coming up? It's very important to listen to these. And this is what I realized in spiritual healing or working on ourselves. Many times we move on too fast to look at these. So how can I use them? How can I use them to turn it around? Because safety, that safe word, you will also hear it a lot in my affirmations and meditations, because it's very important to feel safe, because we have felt safe in this anxious mindset, in this rushing nervous system energy, where we are drained. And so we have to learn in a new way that it's safe to feel energetic. It's safe to have money. It's safe to be in a relationship. It's safe to love myself. It's safe to be myself. So you will hear these words in these affirmations sometimes where I adjust them, because so that's also the thing. If I make affirmations, if I make meditations, you need to feel where am I contradicting this? Where do I have something that tells against this, and listen to it. Okay, how can I bend that around to actually open up to it? So of course you can adjust it to your version, because what I'm saying doesn't necessarily match yours, but I'm quite sure many of them will. So I will put the link below to that meditation checklist, vibration, morning vibration. And exactly, I also explain how, but all of my meditations, I love to use them when I'm doing my morning dance, Pilates. I do some movements to get these words, to get this version into myself, or I go walking out in my garden with my coffee, talking to the trees, feeling these emotions, saying these affirmations. Because as long as we can put it into motion, put it into our body, our whole system, this is where we're putting into momentum and opening for this vibration. Okay, I hope this made sense to you. I hope this give you something today. So go vibing, go make this checklist, go make these affirmations or whatever, go out and create that dream life.